Hello, I'm here to describe a quick instructional video on how to align the interferometer laser with the XY axis. If we zoom over here, we can see we've placed a die in the machine. It's approximately 50 microns thick. It also has a decently polished surface, so we get good reflectance from the interferometer. Yep. So we're going to start the machine tool. We're going to go to the CNC interface, connect to the CNC, connect to CNC, and then reset the system. Okay. And then cycle start the machine tool. Okay. Your software might be a little different, your interface software, but it'll have all the main functionality to achieve this. So I'm going to go to edit and start my setup process. Yes. The machine will move over, do its auto check for tool position, and then position over the last location it was when you ran your last die. Got one. Alright, now I'm going to focus the laser in Z. 5 millimeters. Let's get down close to the die position. There we go, getting close relatively. And now let's try to fine tune the laser. Alright, so now, once I've done that, from general settings, go to thickness measurement, single point measure, enable. I'm going to enable that, turn that on. That turns the laser on. My target position in this case is the thickness of the die. I'm going to put 50 microns because our die is 50 microns. Alright, once I set that, okay. Now store that position. Now I can, from the picture here, I can move the crosshairs around to the edge of the die. So right on the edge of the die there, hold on, let me minimize this so we can see the minimize this so we can see the and then open the Filmetrics interface, minimize this so we can see these things side by side. So I've arranged them so we can see the measurement screen from the Filmetrics. Gives us the reflectance and the intensity of the signal. We can also see the camera here. Now I scroll over here. I can see I have 50 microns in there, and as soon as I hit the measurement button, it'll go and make a measurement where the crosshairs are. Now the whole point here is to try to line the crosshairs up with the die. Now if I'm on the die here, you can see the crosshairs are on the die, and if I go measure, right here, and I have good oscillation here, I can see that I'm on the die. If I go off the die and I measure, I can see I have no oscillations and no signal. Clearly I'm off the die. And that's essentially what we're going to do to align this. If I'm on the die, I'm going to get a good signal, and I make a measurement. I can see good oscillations and a good thickness. Now as if I go to the edge here and measure, I know I'm still on the die. If I go off the die and I go measure, and my oscillations are gone and I've lost my signal. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fine tune that value or that edge until I know that I'm on the edge. See, no signal. I can go on the other side of the die. I'm going to do that right now. And by the way, this is checking X. You can see I'm on the X axis. Now I'm right on the edge of the right-hand side of the die, and I'll do the same thing. Check my oscillations on that side. So there's no oscillations on that side, and I'm on the die. So this tells me that I'm shifted, okay, that my laser shifted relative to my die. So I can make the correction there, and I'll tell you how to do that in a second here. Okay. So now you can see I've rearranged this so I have a nice picture of my die. You can see my crosshairs are on the die, and I've also got my interface showing me my reflectance and my intensity here. So if I click my measurement button, okay, and I get no oscillations here or my reflectance, and so basically the interferometer is reading nothing, so it's telling me I'm off the die even though I am on the die. So if you zoom over to the CNC machine tool, you go to current commands and you page up or down. Use the up or down page key to get to the macro variables page, okay? And then you can type in 515 and then the down arrow key right here. And you'll go to the X position, okay? You zoom in there, that's the spindle position relative to the laser. It says the center line of the spindle is 131 millimeters and 70 microns from the laser. And we know from our picture over here that we're off a little bit. Okay, and on this right hand side, to move the move the laser more to the left, we actually have to put a larger number in here. So I'm going to change this by, let's say, 50 microns. I'm going to go 131.12. I just increased it by 50 microns, okay? Now if you zoom back out, I'm not going to change my position at all. You see the crosshairs in the same place, but I'm going to touch my measurement position and see if I get oscillations. I do, all right? So we know that we were off a little bit. 50 microns might have been too much. I'm going to go back here and change it to, let's say, 20 less. I'm going to go 131.1. There we go. All right, now I'm going to go back here and I'm going to go measure. All right. There, and I still have good oscillations. Now, if you zoom over, you see my crosshairs. Now I'm going to go right on the edge, right on the edge. You saw how I moved a little bit over. There, I'm still on it. I might get a signal there. I'm going to measure. Okay, it flatlined. But I'm still not sure. That might be okay. That's why we use both sides of the die. So if I go to the other side of the die and I go to an equal spot on the other side of the die and make a measurement. That's on the left-hand side of the die now. And I have some reflectance there. I'm going to go right on the extreme edge of the die and see if I get anything at all. Measure. All right. Oh, I still have oscillations there, okay? So that tells me I can still even go more. So I'm going to go back to the right side of the die. Right on the edge. We'll leave it there. And then I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to make that 131.12. Back where it was before, okay? And then I'm going to measure. Okay, still have oscillations there. Alright, and then measure again, just checking a different spot. Still have a good oscillation. So I'm right on the edge of the die and I have a signal. That's pretty good. Now I'm gonna go on the other left-hand side of the die and see if I have a similar signal at the same location, right on the edge of the die. It looks like maybe 10 microns off the edge. Okay, good signal. Alright. So that tells me that I fine-tuned my x-axis, okay? Now if you pan over here, and I go one below it, I go 516, type in 516, and then the down arrow key, it's gonna go one down, it's gonna go 516, and you can see the distance. That's the distance in the y-axis from the spindle center line to the laser. It's minus 20 millimeters. Okay. So now I'm going to just demonstrate the Y. Again, if you zoom over here to the 516, I have minus 20.15, okay? And then you can zoom back over here. I'm going to do measure, and we'll see if my oscillations are good. I'm getting no signal here. All right, I'm right on the edge. I'm just going to move it in a hair closer to the die. Maybe a little, this big a difference. And then I should probably get a signal somewhere. So I'm going to go measure, see if I get a signal. I do. I get a signal right on that edge. This one's not bad. Why? So I'm going to move a little bit closer to the edge. Hit that there. Still have a little bit of signal right on the edge. So this is real close. I'm going to go to the other side of the die and do a comparison. Oops. There we go. Again, right on the edge of the die and Y. No signal there, okay? Just move a little bit inside and measure. Then I have a signal. Now, this is pretty centered. Again, though, let me just demonstrate. I can change this number. Right now I'm at minus 20.15. If I go minus 20.5 and then enter that in, okay, see that 20.5, and now I go back to my measurement and measure that. Right, you can see now I've lost my signal completely. All right, so I just want to demonstrate we were pretty good where we were. We'll go back over here, minus 20.0, right? Okay, now we can see, if we go back over here, we go measure, we're definitely on the die. That's a gross exaggeration of where I am. It seems to me that I'll go back over here, go minus 20.15 is about where I need to be. I'll make a measurement right on the die. I check both sides for equal, how far off the edge I am. It seems to be pretty equal on either side. So look, my Y value is pretty good. So that's how you fine-tune your X and Y position of your interferometer. Thank you.